I couldn't resist the urge to tell you about the cursed dress that has haunted my life for the past year. It all began innocently enough, on a gloomy day in autumn when I stumbled upon a quaint vintage shop in the heart of town. The shop, named Eternal Elegance, had an old-world charm about it that drew me in. I had always been fascinated by vintage fashion, and this seemed like the perfect place to find a unique addition to my collection. As I stepped inside, a bell above the door tinkled, announcing my arrival. The shop was dimly lit, and the air was heavy with the scent of old fabrics and mothballs. Racks upon racks of clothes stretched out before me, each garment seemingly frozen in time. I couldn't help but feel like I had stepped into a different era. My eyes were immediately drawn to a dress displayed on a mannequin near the back of the store. It was a breathtakingly beautiful gown, unlike anything I had ever seen before. The fabric was a deep, velvety black, and it shimmered with an otherworldly glow. The dress had intricate lace detailing that seemed to dance with every flicker of the dim store lights. I approached the dress with a mixture of awe and trepidation. It was as if the dress had a life of its own, beckoning to me, calling me closer. The shopkeeper, an elderly woman with a knowing smile, appeared at my side. "That dress," she said in a hushed tone, "it's a special piece. Said to bring both beauty and misfortune to its wearer." I was intrigued by her words but brushed them off as superstition. I had never believed in curses or the supernatural. To me, it was just a stunning dress waiting to be worn. I decided to try it on. The moment I slipped into the dress, I felt a strange chill run down my spine. It was as if the very fabric was alive, wrapping itself around me with an almost possessive embrace. But the sight that greeted me in the mirror was mesmerizing. I looked like a ghostly vision of elegance and grace. I purchased the dress without hesitation, despite the shopkeeper's warning. She gave me a small, knowing nod as I left the store, and I couldn't help but wonder if there was more to her words than met the eye. The first few times I wore the dress, everything seemed perfect. I received compliments wherever I went, and it seemed as though I had captured a piece of magic from another time. But as the days turned into weeks, I began to notice subtle changes in my life. Strange occurrences started happening around me. Objects would move on their own, and eerie whispers would fill the silence of my apartment. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was never truly alone. My once peaceful nights turned into a series of haunting nightmares. The more I wore the dress, the more I felt its grip on me. It was as if it demanded my attention, my devotion. I started to avoid it, burying it deep in my closet, but I could still feel its presence, a lurking malevolence. One night, unable to resist its pull any longer, I put on the cursed dress again. That night, my world descended into madness. I saw visions of a time long past, of a woman who had worn the dress before me. Her life had been one of tragedy and sorrow, and I could feel her pain as if it were my own. Desperate to break free from the dress's curse, I returned to the vintage shop. The shopkeeper was waiting for me, her eyes filled with sympathy. "I tried to warn you," she said softly. "The dress is cursed with the souls of all its previous wearers. It feeds on their pain and suffering, and it will never let you go." Tears filled my eyes as I realized the truth of her words. I begged her for a way to break the curse, but she had none to offer. The dress had claimed me as its own, and there was no escape. And so, here I am, recounting my tale in the hopes that someone will heed my warning. Beware the cursed dress that promises beauty but brings only despair. It will haunt your life until the end of your days, as it has haunted mine.